guys, so in this video I'm going to be going over the drawing pencils that I use, drawing pencils I have used, and the pencils I am currently using. I mentioned this in the last video. This drawing right here was done with my new pencils that I got for Christmas, so I'm mostly going to be talking about these because I am infatuated with them. I really like them, so I wanted to give you guys a closer view of them apart from just my sketchbook videos where I can really talk about just these. So I wanted to give you a short rundown of what I've used in the past. I have a lot of drawing pencils. So the first pencil that I used primarily in high school and college, well, I'd go back and forth. I used a lot of mechanical pencil, but I used a lot of this ebony, just drawing pencil by Sanford. I had tons of these. I used them all the time for figure drawing. This is kind of just a dark pencil, but you can get a lot of nice smooth darks. It's so dark though that it's a little bit harder to get a really light, and it is a little bit rough, so it'll pick up the tooth of the paper fairly easily. I moved away from this just because I still use it, I guess, for figure drawing and stuff, but I prefer when I'm doing my sketchbook drawings to use like mechanical pencils and stuff, at least for a long time. But right now I'm going to go over the wood pencils that I've used. And the first set is a Faber-Castell. You can kind of see their lead density range here on this set, HB down to 8B. And 8B is, your darker pencil, and then HB, real light, and then everything in between. And these are great, really nice pencils, and I've used them for several really big drawings that I've done. The value range, based on the lead density, is really nice. So you can get really, really light with the H or the HB, which is kind of your standard pencil, and then get really dark with your 8B. And another set I have here, I have lots of these sets because people got them for me for Christmas and stuff and things like that. You tend to get these when you like drawing. This is Prismacolor set over here. Again, this one is a similar set, but just a larger range, more pencils offered. H is even denser than the HB, so you're gonna get like, a really light value on that one. So as far as these sets go, I tend to not use them a ton. They're light, and for me, I tend to like a heavier pencil. I use them occasionally, but they're definitely not my go-to pencils for sure. I prefer a heavier pencil. So now I'll get into my kind of go-to pencil for a very long time, for like probably 3 years of sketchbooks. The vast majority of sketchbooks you've seen me do are with this Geargraph 500. And out of the mechanical pencils, I like this one because it has a metal tip here, and it's actual metal, it's not plastic. So it feels a little bit heavier in your hand. And I like the design of it. I just feel really confident that I can get a nice value range with it. Now the downside of using a mechanical pencil is, you can get different widths. The 0.5 is what I use, and there's a 0.7, stuff like that. But it's still pretty small tip on these. So you gotta cover a lot of area. They work nice for smaller drawings, but if you're doing something big, I would probably end up going with a set rather than the mechanical pencil. But I really like this. I still am going to use this, but now I'm going to show you the pencils that I've kind of transitioned away from this one for a while. And that is they're called lead holders. And I think they originally are designed for drafters and things like that, but a lot of artists use them, so anyone can use them. But this brand is Rotring, which is a fairly expensive brand, I would say, when it comes to these. I think this pencil right here costs $50 to $70, I think. I'm not sure. My wife got me this one for Christmas. And so what you have is basically just a piece of lead that you slide in, and it's 2.0 lead, and then you have a little sharpener like this with just a little hole in the tip. You stick that in there, and you can get a super sharp tip on this. So it competes with my my mechanical 0.5 pencil fairly well. So let me see if I can get that to where you can see. You get a nice sharp tip. The other thing I love about this pencil is it's got a nice weight to it. I can feel like the pencil, I'm just kind of guiding the pencil and it's doing a lot of the work. So I can get a nice, you know, steady range of value. And I like to shade a lot, so, you know, something like that is definitely right up my alley. So these pencils, I love the weight, you know, and I love how the lead, you know, you don't have a lot of pencil shavings to deal with. For me on the go all the time with my sketchbooks, you just have this tiny little sharpener and the pencil and then an eraser. I always carry one of these, so, which I should show you my pouch. This is my little pouch that I carry around when I sketch. But I love the weight, love everything about these. This is a drawing that I did with this pencil right here, and you can see that I get, you know, some really dark darks on his head and then the rest of the body. Now the other thing I love about these pencils is, again, you don't have this huge thing you're carrying around to get different leads and stuff like that. You basically can get these little like containers and they've just got your thicker leads in there, and you can get a range of leads just like with these other ones. You can get, there's F, I got 3B, and then denser lead for a lighter shading with the HB. Now this isn't the brand, this isn't from Rotring. I don't even know if Rotring makes these. I'm sure they do if they offer the lead holders. But I just like how compact, clean this system is. You can get, the other awesome thing about these pencils, you can get colored leads. And I love this just for sketching and things. It gives, like, I have a couple different brands here. Let's see if I can't get this one open. There we go. And here's like a dark blue that I got just to try out. And it is, I mean, works just like the pencil. You can get a super sharp tip on that, which is really fun. You know, I love detail and I love things like that. So again, this is just something that when I saw this, I was really happy to find it. I love this turquoise color for sketching. I've done a few sketches with this. Let's see if I can find one real quick for you guys to look at. Well, here's one, and a lot of these drawings you guys saw in my last sketchbook update, but this was using the red, which I've been using the red a ton. So I just want to switch to red, pop this one out, and throw a red piece of lead right in there, and I am ready to draw with red. So like I said, love the compact system, love the weight, all that stuff. Now you can get multiple pencils. So if I have two right now, this one, if you go to my website, I have it linked to Amazon.com. I'll put the link below too for all these. But I got this one on Amazon for 20 bucks. So that's still pretty expensive for a pencil for a lot of people, I know that. But they make cheaper ones. Staedtler makes I think an $8 one and stuff like that. So if you're curious to try these, they make cheaper ones so you can give it a try before, you know, you splurge on one of these nicer ones. Now I draw all the time. It's one of the things I love, like a hobby to do. So me spending, you know, 100 bucks on some pencils, I don't think it's that big of a deal because it's one of the things I love to do. So splurging on a couple pencils isn't a bad thing. But yeah, the price point on these Rotring ones are pretty spendy. So but definitely give the cheaper ones a try because I've heard good things and seen good reviews on some of the cheaper ones as well. So anyway, as far as everything goes, that's pretty much a rundown of these pencils. There's not much else to say. I mean, I think a lot of people sometimes with drawing and things like that, they look for the magic like tool that you're using to do a drawing. And these are just tools, you know. I mean, I could have done this drawing with a colored pencil and a, you know, regular standard pencil. These are just nice to have. Anybody who's a hobbyist or into art, or if you're into golf, you always kind of want the nicer clubs and the nicer golf balls. Same with basketball or any sport or anything in general. You just, if you're really into it, you kind of want to pay the extra money to get something nice. And I feel like these are very nice pencils, and I'm really glad that I found them. So that's my take on drawing pencils. I hope this was kind of informative for you guys. Like I said, there's not really, for me anyway, it's a simple tool to, you know, get your imagination onto paper. It's not what makes you a good artist by any means. It's just something that's nice to have. So I hope you guys like this video, and thanks for watching.